What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy Stocks, back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock can do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel. It takes 5 seconds for you to do it, and it really helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel. So I'd really appreciate that. So wasting no more time, let me hit record. We will get right into it. Let me hit Apple here, and as we could see, a decent green day for Apple, right? Didn't look like that in the pre-market times, and thought it was going to be another nasty day, but not the case, right? Pretty decent day overall. So going back to yesterday, let's kind of recap there for a second. We closed below this 129.58 level, or right at it rather, and then we talked about in the after hours kind of being below that. So in pre-market, right, we opened above that level. So then that level should have acted as a little bit of a support, kind of did right there, but then we dropped below it. And so we were kind of in the low 128s by the time the market open even came to be. But to my surprise, right out of the gate, right, we pushed and we broke above this level. We broke into the 129.58 level. Made a high of 131.74, which would then be kind of the highest point that we were for the whole day. Came down to VWAP a couple times, right, which I really like seeing for those of you guys that watch me. Then we were below VWAP and got rejected by it, and then we were going sideways, pushed up, and then we kind of were sideways again for a little bit. A key point here, though, is that we were green for the day. It was kind of a boring trading day for Apple, not gonna lie. It wasn't a lot of movement. Really a lot of the movement that happened was this run from 128.71 to 131.74. Then it was flat here for a couple hours. Then it went above VWAP, and it was also flat there for a couple hours, really between 130.76 and 131.44. So trading within those kind of 60-70 cents. So not an exciting day for Apple, but still, not a bad day for Apple overall. So if we take a look here, what you will see is that over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we've been making a lower high. That is something that I think the stock really needs to, kind of get out of, right? We need to make a higher high in the next couple of days, or we're going to keep dropping. So what we have coming up right now is we have a little bit of a green candle, right, which is nice to see after these red candles that we had over here. And that could mean that we are getting ready for a consolidation, ready for a next push higher, right? So what I'm looking for is to see if we can kind of break this line right here that I've just drawn and make a higher high than the day before. What I personally think will happen, assuming the market stays strong, is we maybe pull back just a little bit. This time we bounce off of this 130 level. So if you see here, although our level is at 129.58, which has acted as a good level of support and resistance in the previous couple days, what we'll see is 130, if I draw a line right here, bounce, 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 130 is really acting as a nice support as well. So I could see it going back $1 maybe, right, bouncing off of this 130 level and then pushing up towards this 133.55 level. If we can break that, then I'm watching the 136 level next. But in between that, we've also got this high. So what am I looking for if we push up? If we push up, I'm watching for today's high to break first, which is 131.74. Then I'm watching this 133.45 level. Then I'm watching the high of 12.31, which is 134.74. Then 136.05, which kind of gets us ready for that all-time high we set in the 138s. On the downside, though, since we have seen a little bit of a sell-off, a pullback, what I'm watching is this initial 129.58 level, which has acted as good support and resistance in the past. And then after that, if I bring in my EMAs, what we'll see is we bounced off nicely off of the 21 EMA today at 128.56. Our low today was 128.43. So that's my next level that I'm watching below this 129.58. I'm watching for that bounce off 21 EMA in the mid 128s. If that doesn't hold, then I'm watching this 126.68 level and then some other EMAs and levels that we have down here. But I don't think we go down there unless, so you guys know that the Georgia election is tonight. If the Democrats win, we have Democrats in the Senate, House, and presidency, which could probably mean the market pulls back a decent bit, as they're probably going to expect higher taxes, more government spending, all that good stuff. If we see the Republicans at least take one of the 2 seats, then I don't think we see that massive pullback. So if we don't see that pullback, I could see it kind of going down, testing this 130 level of support and going back up. I do think January is going to be a good month for Apple, just because we're talking about earnings season coming up, and I think this past quarter should have been a pretty nice one for Apple, considering that, you know, we're talking about the iPhone sales, the initial pre-orders, and the holiday sales being combined in one. So I think that we have a pretty monster quarter coming for Apple. So I'm expecting that run. It's a matter of when it can stop pulling back, consolidate, and then push right back up. I think that that's hopefully going to happen soon with the start of this green candle. That being said, we have still made a lower high, so waiting for that higher high before we can really get some confirmation of that reversal in the trend. But until then, you know, looking for this 130 to hold, and if not, the 21 EMA definitely to hold. As you can see today, we couldn't really hold the 8 EMA. Our high was 131.74, 8 EMA is 131.49. So also looking for it to get back up, hopefully get back above, and then start closing above that 8 EMA as we had done, you know, kind of up until yesterday. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to my channel. It'll be really interesting to see how Apple trades in the month of January, as I think it's going to be a good year. But again, a lot of that depends on how, you know, the election goes and COVID goes and all that good stuff too. So it's dependent on the overall market bullishness as well. But other than that, I think, you know, all else being equal, Apple should have a good month. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.